Hey Team Platinum Presenters, what I wanted to do for you is do a t-shirt cutting in halter style using our team t-shirts. You can find these on our website, platinumpresenters.com, in the members page. But look, you can use all the products on the back in a halter style. So stay tuned, let's get to cutting. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start with the t-shirt laid out, and I just have to have it facing me so I make sure that I make the accurate cut. But again, to do a halter style, what you're doing is you're cutting off the sleeve. So basically just make a incision. If you cut the sleeve right off from not very good cutting scissors. You want to make sure you have good cutting scissors when you are doing this so that you can get a quick little cut. But these will do. So what we're going to do is on both sides.
Oriental sitting in the city, don't know what the city is. The creme de la creme of the chess world in a show with everything. Yul Brynner, Bangkok. Oriental sitting in the city, don't know what the city is. The creme de la creme of the chess world in a show with everything. Yul Brynner. Time flies, doesn't seem a minute since the Tyrolean spa had the chess bars in it. All change, don't you know that when you play?
It doesn't have to be perfect cuts. I again like to wear my shirts for when I work out, and that is going to be how it starts off. Okay, so I got a better pair of cutting scissors. It is a swifter movement when you have a pair of scissors. But what I'm going to do now is flip it over because I really want to make sure that I don't cut into the emblems here on the back. But a t-shirt, when it's cut, is going to be really baggy. So it's up to you on if you want to have it really baggy. But for me, I wanted to have it fitted around the waist. So the way I'm going to do it is, because I don't want to cut down the midline, you could, so here's some options for you. So what you could do is actually keep that and cut a line here, so straight across and down, and then just make your strips from here, because you can keep your halter attached, so you don't necessarily have to cut it off. So if you want to, keep this up here at the top, and then just cut from here the lines all the way through to make it so that you're tying from the back. So you can do it that way. Or the way that I'm going to do this one today is actually do the sides as the cut. So I'm going to preserve the middle part and just cut off the sides. So this is a long t-shirt, so you might want to cut your shirt off shorter so it fits your body however you want to do it. But the way I'm going to do it here is just cut off the sides here. So again, you don't have to be perfect because this is a t-shirt, and when you wash a t-shirt, the ends curl in anyway, so you don't have to be so perfect. The shirt is a bigger shirt, so what you could do is, of course, get a smaller size, or you could just cut off the excess. And it actually could be quite cool that if you do have excess material, that you actually can use that cut up and design like strings hanging off, or use it for your corsets and such. But realistically, all you're going to do from this point is cut little strips here so that now you can tie them together. So I'm going to get started doing that, but because the shirt is so wide, I know that if I did that, my strips would be really, really wide. So I'm going to immediately just go right for it and cut some of the excess off, because I know I don't need this wide of a shirt. See, this is where you're going to have extra material, which would be good. You can make wristbands, headbands. I'm kidding. That would not be cool. Don't use headbands. Don't use that. So basically what you want to do is, then I have a shorter shirt, and I'm going to try and keep my P90X because that is one of the most top selling products for Beachbody. So you can cut in as much as you want. Here I'm going to just make these strips about an inch fat, and just cut them in from the side. So now what you could also do with this is actually, like in one of my previous videos where I did a corset style. So what you could actually do is cut this off and then poke holes down the middle and thread like ribbon, or like I used in the other one, which was string. So now here's the trick. You got to make sure you kind of match the other side. So again, I'm just making little strips going about 1 inch, replicating the other side. Doesn't have to be perfect, seriously. That's the great thing about this style, is this is, you know, a throwback style that's come back in from the 80s. And the 80s was all about, you know, ripping things, shredding things, and making things hang off your shoulders and stuff like that. So the great thing about it is that it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be bilateral. It could be, you know, okay, so I completed cutting all the way up. So now, because I cut off the edges, I realized I needed to actually continue cutting all the way up here to the end. So now what you have is it's cut all the way down from the middle. Now, what we'll have to do is actually stretch the t-shirt. So what you do is you actually just pull the edges of the shirt, because that's actually what's going to happen anyway when you wash it. But you just do that for both of them, or all of them. You could do it one at a time. I'm trying to do it fast for video purposes. But one at a time, you're going to get more stretch out of them. So I'm going to continue doing this, and then I'll try to see how it's making this pull here. It's going to make that effect that we're looking for when you pull them one at a time. Okay, so what we ended up doing after we stretched them all out, so again, you just take them one at a time and stretch them all out and then match them up. So I already did it on this side, but all I did was just tie them all together. And if you want to make like a crisscrossing, you could take one top from the bottom and crisscross these two, so you can make different effects. But all you do is start up here and you tie them together. Depending on how tight you want the t-shirt, you can of course tie tighter. And as you wear this, you're going to notice that it does loosen up a little bit after you wash it. So when you wear it and then you wash it, some of the ties do loosen up a little bit. So what I actually end up doing is, my initial times when I wear the shirts, I actually don't cut off the excess. And the reason is for that, because I might want to tie it tighter after I've worn it and the t-shirt is loosened up a little bit. Then additionally, I've noticed I like kind of the look of some of the extra tags hanging off when you move. It provides movement as well. So I'm going to do this. I'm done. Tied off both sides. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to have my sister model it for you. Alright, so here's the finished product. This is my sister Connie, who is 9 weeks post her 5th baby. Can you believe it? Look at her. She looks amazing. So turn to the side. Show them how it looks from the side here. Lift up your arms. See, this looks so cool. I like the effect of having this black t-shirt on. Why don't you turn around and show us? See, that's so awesome. You basically are promoting all the product logo. Tweak this a little bit. Of course, you can, make this however you want. There we go. That's going to be better. Of course, you're going to have to look in the mirror, make this look good. But look at how cool that looks. And from the side again. So that's cool. Good job, Connie.